Let's look at another quadratic equation that we have here. 9x squared plus 25 equals 0. And let's solve this one. 9x squared, let's going to add a negative 25 to both sides. Let's square root both sides. Nope, actually, before we do that, let's get x squared by itself. So let's divide both sides by a 9. X squared equals negative 25 divided by 9. Take the square root of both sides. So x equals plus or minus the square root of negative 25 over a 9. And gosh, looks like I got some more issues to deal with here. So let's, I got a square root in the denominator, and I got a negative 1 also too in the radical. And so to kind of simplify this problem, I'm just going to kind of write it out. Plus or minus the square root of negative 1 times 25 over 9. I'm going to break it down to two separate. So the square root of negative 1 times the square root of 25 over 9. Sometimes it's easier for me if I break it down to its most simplest components. And there I have an idea what to do with it. I remember then that the square root of negative 1, well, that's an imaginary number, or a number that we used, and we put the term I associated with that. And then 25 over 9, if I remember how to reduce that down, that becomes the square root of 25 over the square root of 9. Actually, you know what? That just becomes 5/3. That's a little bit easier than I thought it was. Sometimes it's easier. You may not be the same as me, but sometimes, I'm looking at the problem, it's going to solve a certain way, and then I kind of break it down to its individual components, and then boom, I have a little bit of an insight of how this problem plays itself out. So it looks like my solutions are x equals plus or minus 5/3 I. There's two solutions there, and as always, it's a good idea to check, and I'm going to leave the check for you, as you can see that if I did my work right. Thank you very much.